Hello Gemini and welcome to my channel. This is going to be a weekly reading for June 19th through to the 25th. Okay, very brief reading just to see what the energies are doing for you this week. We'll do one ping of the sound bowl. Okay, so you can join me if you like on an inhalation and exhale. Okay, Gemini, let us see. Right, we are going to literally pull 3 cards. The theme, the unexpected, and advice from Spirit. Gemini, June 19th through to the 25th, 2023, for the highest good. Yes. Okay. Your theme, 8 of Swords. Oh. Unexpected, Page of Pentacles. Advice from Spirit, Justice. Okay. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. So we do have obviously a lot of sword energy here, which is in your sign, the air. If I just show you these cards together, it is important that I do so because sometimes you pick up on things intuitively, any signs, symbols, synchronicities, as well as color. Color is big for me. All right, so the theme this week that you are exploring is this 8 of Swords. You're trying to find ways of getting outside of a rut. Okay, feels like perhaps you've been stuck in a rut in a headspace with a way of doing one thing and not thinking about how there could be a multitude ways of doing something. And so 8 of Swords sometimes can talk about self-sabotage energy, although I'm not feeling that. I'm more feeling that this week you really are looking at your situation, okay? And you're trying to find ways of like kind of going, well, I feel really trapped in this. I feel really blocked in this. Is this something I'm just not seeing? Now, Gemini, you have such a beautiful, inquisitive mind that you are constantly checking in with yourself to broaden your perspective, to see things from new areas. And so I feel like you already do this to some level, right? I feel like you're taking it to the next level, which is really, really interesting. So for some of you, you are looking at ways where you have felt trapped in a job, trapped in a relationship, trapped in a situation, trapped with money. It's a kind of stagnancy. It's a kind of feeling that I can only get out of the situation if I get X, Y, and Z. Okay. Now what you're doing this week is you really are looking at where exactly do I feel trapped? Am I trapping myself or are other people trapping me? If other people are trapping me, am I enabling it? Okay, if I feel trapped in a job doing something that I actually really just don't want to do, is it because they are doing that or is it because I'm agreeing to it? Or maybe for some of you, I'm feeling like there could be an element of you have some sort of ideal, some sort of creativity, some sort of desire that you're wanting to do within the workplace and you may not be getting, and instead of asking whether you can try this out, okay, like a boss figure or the area of placement of the work, or perhaps where you feel even if you're working for yourself on a freelance basis or you have your own business, it could be that you're so used to doing something a certain way, you really want to be creative, you've got this other idea that you want to do, but you're like, no, I have to do it this way, right? It's kind of that. I would say it might be important to just dip your toes in and just perhaps put some feelers out. If there is an idea that you have to try and follow up on a sort of inspiration that you have or a creative idea or something that you want to achieve, it might be worth just asking. Okay, so if you are working for a company, you might just say, listen, I've really got this idea, I will try and continue with my workload, but can you is it okay if I just apply a little bit of time over here because I really feel passionately about it? Okay, it's anything that's going to kind of get you out of this mentality that it is just that you are kind of barred in. Okay, so there's always choice in everything. The sooner we can realize that as a collective, that everything that we do in life is actually a choice. Sure, we have no choice but to eat and to have shelter and to have, clothes on our back and all of that sort of stuff. But there's always wiggle room there. There's always wiggle room in terms of the choice that we make. You know, perhaps we need clothes on our back, but we decide that it has to be a certain label, right? Well, it doesn't have to be, does it? Or that we need to buy it. Well, perhaps you can get old clothes and you can, chop it up and create your own thing. Whatever the case may be, we've got to recognize that we have choices. Now, with the Eight of Swords, it talks about, when we think about consciousness, and consciousness is basically self-awareness. Self-awareness of where you're at in your feeling space, in your head space versus anything else. And consciousness is really where we widen, expand that bandwidth of perspective. So these are things that you're really looking at. You really are stretching your mind this week. So I absolutely love this. It's not to say that you are feeling trapped and isolated and blah, blah, blah. It's not that. You are looking at the parameters in your life that you perhaps have held yourself back. And in even seeking to ask that question opens the gate for you. So what's unexpected is a Page of Pentacles. What you don't see coming this week is you have some good news regarding finances, okay? It could also respond to maybe a child that you have where you're needing a little bit of support and you get some resources come on in to help the child, right? If you have children or if you're dealing with children, okay? But for most of you, what's unexpected is you're going to get like a bit of just a nice support this week, and it feels very materialistic. It feels resourceful. It feels like finance. It feels anything that's going to improve your home situation or where you feel a bit more balanced within your physical structures of things. Okay, it's really nice. It's really nice. And why? Because of the Justice card. Okay, Justice is karmic return, equal give and take. So not only is the universe serving you at this time with a nice helping hand, particularly because you're taking the time to explore where you have put blinkers on your situation and you're trying to now address it. You're no longer kind of going, well, I can't even think about that. You're now kind of going, you know what? Let's look at this head on. Let's face this problem. Let's deal with this situation, okay? As a result of that, Spirit says, well, bravo, Gemini. We are going to pay you a little bit of positivity now to balance that up. Now, this is positively aspected. For some of you, you may have felt like you've been dealing in a kind of, you've had like some sort of legal situation that has been outside your control and you feel trapped because there are deciding factors at work and you don't know what's happening. This week, you're going to get a positive result. With the Justice card, Justice is positively aspected. So not only are you receiving some support coming in, which is unexpected, but by the end of the week, you're kind of going, wow, things really do kind of just balance out. Like, this is interesting. Spirit is also saying, with the Justice card, make sure that you can find balance within, in whichever way. So if you find that you are spending too much time in your head space, maybe you can bring your conscious awareness back to the heart space. Okay, so my head is telling me that, but what does that make me feel? So if I'm feeling trapped and isolated and not able to move forward, how does that make my heart feel? Okay, my heart feels hurt, it feels alone, I feel sad, maybe there's a bit of fear-based energy within the heart. It's kind of trying to look at ways that you can find more balance. Or for example, if it's stuck too much in the heart space, maybe you should be doing some physical exercise to release the mind. I always talk about when I go for my walks in the desert, or I always talk about it as clearing the cobwebs of the mind. It just gets it out of the mind, just get it out of so that you can use the mind but more economically, so you're not in overdrive. All right, so that's what I have for you, Gemini. I really hope it helped. I hope it resonated. It's really positive. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, please. And if you're interested in a personal reading, you can check out my website, loveitandmore.com. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. So take care. Bye.